There's no answers on this.
That's a good question. Yeah, cigarettes are the only thing that is the only holy sacrament, not weed. unless you're reform.
Yes, yeah. If
That's
you're
a whole
Reformed
different rule
Jewish,
book.
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It is kind of ironic to say that, though. Or is it no cigarettes and just weed?
If you're Reformed.
Yeah.
I grew up Reformed, and we had a lady rabbi, so it was like all bets are off.
Because the stereotype, I don't know if you've met my good friend Joe Rogan, but it's they're smoking a lot of weed. Like too much weed, maybe.
Is Joe Rogan Jewish?
I was thinking of Seth Rogen.
Oh.
Look, they have the same name.
I was like, I don't think Joe Rogan converted anytime recently, but that'd be an interesting move for him.
Look, I've been in the booth a long time today. I'm going to get Joe Rogan and Seth Rogen a little confused. I think Joe Rogan could be Jewish if he sets his mind to it.
I would love that if he just started saying like Judaism is the one true religion.
He's got to wear the little hat.
If he saw like the Hasidic tunnel, he's like, that's fucking, he starts crying. That's so beautiful. They're building a fucking tunnel where they can cast their spells.
They're just going out and fucking doing it.
Yeah. The original monkeys that ate the mushrooms that gave them humanity, they originally dug tunnels too.
How much Joe Rogan lore do you know?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know that much. I have a friend who's really into Joe Rogan, so it's every now and then. But he'll do it in the way where he's like, I don't believe it, but it's an interesting idea if you think about it. And the big one is like the monkeys who ate mushrooms. That's a real thing.
That was from a more interesting period of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, like when I listened to him, it was in like 2012 through 2014. And it was when he would have like this crackpot named Graham Hancock on. And Graham Hancock has like no credentials. He's just this like British old man who's like, and if you look at ancient lithographs, the Mayans had iPads. and it was all because they took mushrooms and smoked white owl blunts. And Joe's like, this is amazing.
Yeah, it sounds realistic.
That's when the show was great.
Yeah.
When it was just that or Eddie Bravo coming on and they would talk about like a guy who trained with them who ended up killing someone. Now it's just like, oh, I'm going to talk to Ben Shapiro. I can see that fucking anywhere.
Yeah, it's not really as interesting.
This used to be like a safe space for like complete crackpots.
It's such a strong premise for a show, right? And that's his undoing, which is the world's most gullible man will talk for 3 hours. And you can tell him anything you want.
He's a sponge.
It doesn't have to be about the economy.
Having like wasting that on like just normal Republicans, it is such a boring use of that concept. I got so mad when he's like, oh, I have a really interesting thinker on Mercedes Schlapp.
Youngmi Park is going to tell us a lot about God.
There was a clip going around about Joe Rogan I liked recently where he was going off on how like everyone's taints are shrinking. And that's because the entity AI is trying to turn all of humanity genderless so that they can't have babies anymore. And then we have to rely on AI. Like as if it's like Skynet or something.
Through the taint.
That was his argument.
Taint first.
Has he ever used AI? Like, I don't think they're capable of that.
Yeah, no, it's ChatGPT. That's what it's trying to do. It's turning us all trans.
If ChatGPT gets like shittier the more you use it, I don't like if you lose your taint to ChatGPT, that's kind of on you.
Hey, erasing the human taint is a lot easier than, I don't know, illustrating hands. Something a robot can do.
If you like ask ChatGPT how to do your taxes, it will be like, I don't know, maybe try changing your gender.
You need new clothes.
Puberty blockers.
Let's do this next one.
Okay. The answer is that Jews smoke weed and cigarettes.
Correct.
Okay. Last question
We're
here.
smoking.